Stampers, this is Marie Bennett at blackberriesandcream.net, and today I'm here with my March 2016 Paper Pumpkin thank you video. I hope you've all received your March Paper Pumpkin and have had time to play with it. It's a fun little kit called Pocket Full of Cheer, and all of the items in this kit are related to gift card giving. You make pockets for gift cards, so that's why they're calling it Pocket Full of Cheer. If you make the projects in the video, you can make a card, and then on the inside of the envelope, so you make the card and you put it in this really beautiful little envelope. Make a belly band to go around the envelope. Actually, it just sticks. It's a sticker and it sticks shut, but I haven't done that part because I'm planning on using this card and I don't want to stick it shut. So when they open it up, they have a beautiful inside of the envelope and the card. Then when they take the card away, there's where you put the pocket for the gift card. And then the other little project has a belly band, and you just slide the belly band off. Then when you open it up, there's another pocket with a little gift card, and then the money gift card would go in this pocket. So both of these projects are very cute and very appropriate for this time of year when kids are graduating from middle school, high school, college, kindergarten. If you want to give a little kindergarten graduation gift, this would be good for that too. Alright, so the stickers in this stamp set are not all related to, the stamps in this stamp set are not all related to graduation. So there's a Just For You, there's a baby, happy, which could be anything, could be birthday, wedding, whatever, and then hooray, grad. For my projects that I'm showing you, I'm going to use happy, and hooray, grad. But when you get your thank you pack, you can use whatever stickers you want to put on your card. And so in your thank you pack, you're going to be getting everything you need to make 2 of these. They're called trifold shutter cards. So mine says hooray, grad on the belly band, and then when you open it up, it's magic, happy. It opens up like the shutter on a camera lens, and that's why it's called a shutter card. So I'll show you real quick how to make this little shutter card, and then when you get yours in the mail, you'll be able to make 2 of them and use them for whatever occasion you choose. So before we start putting the card together, I'm going to give you the dimensions and show you all the pieces of this card. It does have several pieces, but it's very simple to make. So the basic card is made from a piece of 8.5 by 5.5 inch cardstock, and you score it at 2 1/8 inch and at 6 3/8 inches on the long side. And I've already scored this piece of cardstock. And I'm using Hello Honey. It's one of last year's, one of the in colors that's going to be retired at the end of May. It is still available, so if you don't have Hello Honey and you like a rich yellow, probably should get it ordered. Alright, the belly band for this card I'm making out of soft suede cardstock, and it's an 11-inch piece cut at 1/2 inch wide. Then we need also for the outside of this card, we need 2 pieces of designer series paper. And I have used the paper stack called English Garden, and there are some very, very wonderful happy prints in this paper stack. I'm going to be using the floral, but when you get your kit, if you choose, you can turn it over and use the stripes. So you need 2 pieces of the designer series paper cut at 1 7/8 inches by 5 1/4 inches, and that's for the outside of the card. On the inside of the card, we need 1 more piece of designer series paper, and this is cut at 2 3/4 inches wide by 5 1/4 inches long. And it's going to be layered on a piece of Whisper White cardstock that is cut at 3 inches wide by 5 1/2 inches long. And I guess I should just show you the card, it would be easier. On the inside of the card, this is the piece that we were just talking about. There's the Whisper White layer, and then a piece of designer series paper over the top of that. And in the center is a circle. And I've used the fourth largest. So from the center of your circle die set, from that smallest one, count out 4, and that's the one that I'm using here. And so I just center the die on the designer series paper like that, and then I'm going to use my magnetic platform for my Big Shot. So I just put it on there, make sure it'll stay put wherever I decide to put it, it'll stay there. Now before I run this through, I need also the circle for, I'm getting myself confused. How unusual. I need the circle for this sentiment, happy, happy. And that's the number 3 die out of that same set. So I'm just going to put that on there. And then see if there's room for 1 more, because we need to run 3 dies through the Big Shot, and if I can do it all in 1 trip, that's my preference. Okay, so I'm using soft suede, and I need to cut 2 of them. I've already cut them, to be honest, but I've cut them out of a piece of soft suede that is 3 inches wide by 4 inches long. And there is not room, so I'll just use the ones I've already cut, which I was going to do anyway. But alright, so this is going to go through the Big Shot, and if you haven't seen a Big Shot, this is what they look like. Just a large press, and you just put your paper through there, and it presses the die into the paper and cuts it out. So now I'm going to have a perfect circle for the inside sentiment, and I'm going to have my inside layer perfectly cut. So that is ready. Now the next pieces that we need for the inside of the card are the banner shapes that are cut with the soft suede. And so you use a piece of soft suede that's 3 inches wide by, I'm going to say, 4 inches long. And it won't fill up the whole inside of that die, but you just need to be sure that these corners are on the cardstock. And it doesn't matter if it doesn't fill it up. It'll go to about there. And then you're going to use your trimmer and put the die, put the cardstock on your trimmer at 3 inches and cut it off with your blade. And then at 1/2 inch from that edge, you're going to score it. And do that with both pieces. Okay, so I think we're ready. Alright, so this has been scored already at 2 1/8 and 6 3/8, and now I'm going to give it a little crease with the bone folder. And the basic gatefold part of the card is done. Alright, on the inside, the first thing we do is adhere these two layers together so that the designer series paper and the cardstock are stuck together. And I'm going to put my snail adhesive on there, and there's no adhesive in your thank you pack for this step. So if you don't have snail adhesive, you'll need some, or you can use like Tombow glue would work. Okay, so now I want to line up my hole perfectly. Keep these edges straight. Like that. Alright, then on the back we're going to put some dimensionals. And I did include some dimensionals in your thank you pack because I really thought they were a little skimpy on dimensionals in this month's kit. So I sent you some extras. I want it to stay up, raised up. I don't want it to sag down. So I'm using 4 dimensionals at the top and 4 at the bottom. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is center this piece in this section of the card. Like that. Okay. Now our next step is to adhere these banners to the inside of the card under here, like this. So you don't need to fold on this score line. Just leave that the way it is. And I have already put some tear strips on there for you in your thank you pack. But for those of you that are watching the video and wanting to do this project on your own, just use the snail adhesive and try to center this corner with the center of the hole. Just try to keep it straight and line the edge of this piece up with this fold, and then fold this over on top of it like that. Then when you pull it back, it scores itself, or folds itself on that score line. So then we're going to do the same thing with this piece. Trying to get some adhesive right up to the edge. Alright, so now I want this notch as even as I can get it with that one. And for me, it helps to just bring them a little closer together so I can kind of peek. And when I think they're as close as I'll probably get, then I fold this over on top of the adhesive, open it up, and now you can see that the shutter functions. Alright, this is where we put the inside greeting, and that's what you're going to use this circle for. The smaller of the, well, I guess it's the only circle I'm sending you because I didn't send you the one I punched out of the big hole. Alright, so that's where I'm going to stamp Happy Happy. And I'm going to use Hello Honey ink. But if you don't have an ink that looks good with this color scheme, use basic gray or basic black. That'll work just fine. Okay, so it says Happy Happy. Give that a second to dry. And then I just turn it over, put some more snail adhesive. Snail adhesive really is a very basic supply. So if you don't have any, get some. You need it. Alright, so then I want this centered in the hole. About like that, I think. Okay, now when we open the card, Happy Happy. Alright, and I can see that I was not very good with my scoring on this one. I hope yours are scored better. But so the next step is to adhere these two panels to the outside of the card, like this, using snail adhesive. And these are going to have about a 1/8 inch border all the way around. There. Now the belly band. For this you also need snail adhesive. And the trick to belly bands is when you put them on, leave a little wiggle room. Don't make it tight. So we're going to fold this over. I've got it basically creased on both sides. So I'm going to put some snail adhesive right here. And then fold it over, keeping the edges of the belly band even. And all I have left is my outside greeting. And I'm going to have it say Happy Grad, or Hooray Grad. And I'll use that same punch that I used in your thank you pack. It's the, I don't know what they call that, maybe Modern Label or something like that, punch. If you turn your punch over and look at the back side, you can see exactly where you're putting your sentiment. Okay, so I want to daub the edges of this greeting with some Hello Honey, just to kind of soften them up and make them look make it look more like it was a planned part of the card rather than something that was just stuck on. There we go. So I adhered this greeting to the belly band using dimensionals, 2 dimensionals. So I'm going to do that, and I did that by not putting the dimensionals on the greeting. I put them on the belly band. That way I know that it's not stuck to the card. There we go. Hooray, grad. And it just slips right off because I was careful not to make it too tight. Happy, happy. And then there's room over here for writing your best wishes, or you could even put a gift card over there too. Maybe with a glue dot or something. Or just stick it in the envelope. Kids are happy to get money however it comes. Okay, so there's your March paper pumpkin thank you. When you get yours, I hope you'll take some time to make these cards and use them for whatever occasion is coming up in your life. So thank you for being my paper pumpkin subscriber. If you're not a subscriber and you'd like to get these thank you packs in the mail every month, just go to the paper pumpkin link in the description below the video. So thanks for watching, and happy stampin'. Bye.